Did you know that the world's oldest bone tools are over 2 million years old? Long before metalworking, and even before more advanced stone tools, our ancestors were already experimenting with an unexpected material: bone. These ancient tools weren't simply broken bones or leftovers from meals. They were carefully shaped, sharpened, and used for specific purposes. But what exactly were they used for? Who made them? And how did they help shape the path of human evolution? In this video, we'll dive deep into the fascinating story of the world's first bone tools and why they're far more important than they might seem. Let's travel back in time about 2 million years ago to the landscapes of ancient Africa. This was the world of early humans like Homo habilis and later Homo erectus. By this period, stone tools were already part of daily life. Sharp flakes and primitive hand axes used for cutting meat and breaking bones. But humans weren't limited to stone. Archaeologists working at famous sites like Swartkrans in South Africa and Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania have uncovered a surprising find: bones that showed signs of intentional shaping and modification. Some had sharpened tips, others had carved grooves or smooth surfaces. Clear evidence that these were tools made on purpose, not simply broken by accident or chewed by animals. These finds tell us something remarkable. Even at this early stage, humans were exploring the potential of different materials, turning not just stones but also the remains of animals into functional tools. But why use bone? If early humans already had access to stone, which is harder and sharper, why bother making tools from bone? The answer lies in the unique properties of bone itself. Bone is lighter than stone, making it easier to carry over long distances. It's tough yet slightly flexible, meaning it can withstand pressure without shattering the way some stones do. And with the right techniques, it can be sharpened into a fine point, perfect for certain tasks that stone wasn't suited for. Researchers believe these early bone tools were used for activities like digging up edible roots and tubers from hard soil, piercing animal hides to help with skinning, scraping meat from bones, or even breaking into termite mounds to collect insects. In fact, several bone tools found at Swartkrans show wear patterns that match digging activities, leading scientists to describe them as digging sticks. Far from being inferior tools, bone implements were specialized solutions for specific challenges, showing that early humans were already thinking strategically about how to match material to function. But here's an intriguing question. Were these bone tools purely practical, or did they also carry deeper meaning? Some anthropologists have suggested that the choice to use bone, the remains of once living creatures, might have held symbolic or cultural significance, even in these very early societies. Perhaps a bone tool wasn't just a tool. It might have represented a connection to the animals they hunted, a respect for the life they took, or a way of linking life, death, and survival in a symbolic way. While we can't be sure, this possibility opens up fascinating insights into the minds of our ancestors. Choosing bone wasn't simply about convenience. It may have reflected a growing awareness of their place in the natural world and the beginnings of symbolic thinking. Why do bone tools matter so much in the story of human evolution? Because they represent a key shift in human thinking, the ability to see different materials as having different properties and potential uses. Stone was great for cutting and smashing. Bone, on the other hand, was better for piercing, digging, and scraping. Recognizing these differences and intentionally selecting the right material for the right job shows an early form of innovation and problem solving. This wasn't just survival, it was the start of design thinking. In fact, these early bone tools paved the way for future innovations. Bone needles for sewing clothing, bone fish hooks, bone ornaments, even musical instruments, and carved figurines thousands of years later. All of that creative development had its roots in a simple act, picking up a bone and shaping it into something new. Today, modern science has given us powerful ways to study these ancient tools. Using techniques like micro-wear analysis, scientists can examine the tiny scratches and polish marks on the surface of bone tools to figure out exactly how they were used. Each tool becomes a kind of time capsule, revealing the tasks it performed, the materials it worked with, and the lives of the people who made and used it. And what's truly remarkable is that bone remains an important material even today. In some traditional cultures, bone is still used to make tools, art, and ceremonial objects. Across millions of years, bone has stayed a part of the human journey, a material that connects the earliest ancestors with the present day.